Hey, fellas, listen up, man. Here it is. Listen to this. The world gets your leadership. You're on top of it. You know who I'm talking to. Out there killing it, and everything's great, and you roll it up at home. You get into the door. You start a conversation with your wife, your partner, and it hits you the wrong way, and you go silent. You call that being wise, and really, but the real truth most of the time is that it's hit a nerve that has taken you to a space to where you surrendered you've surrendered that amazing person to that 5 or 10-year-old boy who's still trying to deal with unresolved emotions, unresolved feelings, and you respond well in ways that don't end up helping you in the situation, right? It just you guys end up on separate spaces. That's not how you want your day to go. How many of you, if I may ask, how many of you know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand, put it in the comments, say, that's me. I'm that guy that, man, everything else looks good on the outside. I've got everything figured out. Nice house, nice cars, toys, travel the world, great businesses, great careers. All those things are showing up on point. But this one space that we keep getting into, and we've been talking about it. And yesterday, I talked about vulnerability, discipline, right? And that meaning to speak your truth without any babbling, without any excuses, without anything other than the truth. And you know what? We don't really know how to do that. So today I told you I was going to give you something. And that is this. I want you to think about, stay with me now. Think about what she's been wanting to talk to you about and you've been wanting to talk to her about, but because it hits a nerve, a space that you haven't really resolved yet, you go back to what's comfortable. You fall back into you surrender your leadership. Ha! You surrender your leadership to that little boy that's still lurking inside, still looking for a way out, still looking for help, right? And you allow that little boy to show up. And remember, that little boy was he learned early that telling the truth was dangerous for whatever reasons, whether it was relationships or his friendships or parenting, whatever it was. We learned that, man, I need to make sure I don't expose my feelings. I need to make sure that whatever I can do to disguise how I'm really feeling because I don't want to get hurt again. So, what I want you to do tonight, what I want you to do when you hear this, is a real simple process. I'm going to give you an example, right? I know you have something that you can pick that she's been wanting to talk to you about recently, or something that's been dragging on for a long time and you made all kinds of excuses. You said, well, it's okay. I'm fine. It's not that important. It'll be all right. Anything registering yet? Put it in the comments when you hear this. What is it? What is your thing that comes up that triggers you in a space where you're not able to just, like this example I'm going to give you. Hey, yesterday we were talking, or this morning we were talking, or this afternoon we were talking about something, and you asked me, and I felt not you made me, and I felt judged. I felt uncomfortable. And if you really want to get honest, you can tell I really don't know how I felt, but I know the reaction that I gave you wasn't one that was good for either one of us. And that's more the truth, right? Because when you're starting to do something that we've been talking about all week, when you're starting to accept naming what it is that sends you into that silent room that you've built years ago, naming what it is, identifying the trigger, and then the behaviors, which I'm just gonna keep it real, which those excuses that we make, right? Most of the time, it's hidden behind fear. And then we talked a little bit about knowing the difference when it's really wisdom to not say something that's really gonna make things worse, and then really knowing the difference if it's wisdom or fear. And then, man, starting to take responsibility for it. No more blaming, right? Stepping into true leadership, which sometimes is a space that you really don't know how to operate in. And we're talking about to the married guys out there, the guys in relationships that you really care about, guys that have partners that are sincere about standing side by side with you through this thing called life, right? To be good humans together, right? We're talking about those people. The other cats that are out there playing games and all that. Hey, you know what? You might hear this. You should listen, because eventually, you're going to have to surrender if you truly want to get complete. If you truly want to become complete as a leader, right? Successful externally, successful outside. But man, when you have the household in line, right? And I mean, what I mean by in line is that you are working hard to connect. You are working hard to be vulnerable. You are working hard to show your feelings, right? Taking that risk, man. This whole thing's about taking a risk, man. Right, and not making excuses that you've done it before and she blew up on you, or you've done it before and they, whatever, it didn't work out. Sometimes you got the wrong partner, man. All right, I mean, that's the real facts about it. But when you have, when you have the woman that you wanted, and finally you realize that I've got to do something different. This is something different today. What I want you to do is think about what really is going on to the best of your ability and try to explain that to her through the conversation. Ask her for, hey, you know, I've not done very well in these difficult conversations. And I've shut down, I've gone silent, I blame you, all that stuff that you've done. Tell her that and ask her for some help. Right. And admitting that you don't have it figured out rather than hiding will change the game, fellas. Will change the game. How do I know that? Because I was the master hiding place guy, right? All my life, man. Well, most of the early part of my life, right? I lived in that space where I had things that I felt like justified being a good guy in a good relationship, but I had not healed what I'm talking to you about. I was still letting that 5-year-old Jeff run my emotions. That 5-year-old Jeff deciding on who I want to get close to and who I don't want to get close to, which was nobody. Right? I stayed guarded and protected, man. And I share a lot about it. It led my first marriage, and it led to blowing up a marriage that I thought would last forever. So, guys, I'm trying to tell you something today. We have to understand that it's okay to be honest, okay to be truthful for that person, right? But then don't get upset if she doesn't, you're not doing it trying to control the outcome. Show up for yourself, show up for your own truth, right? And yeah, you probably got it coming the first couple of times. She's probably going, not, it may not work out the way you want to, but keep showing up, man. That's the discipline part about it. That's the ownership part about it. It's your responsibility. Yes, sir. Your responsibility to make the difference. She can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. I can help you understand that vulnerability is truly a strength, man. Vulnerability will allow, oh man, so many amazing things, so many doors to open up that you've been hiding behind. You don't, it's just, so anyway, name something. And if you have to put it on paper, that she needs you to show up as the true leader, vulnerable as you can. Receive what she says back to you. You can't control the outcome. Your job is to tell the truth. And that simple truth could be, like I said earlier, hey, listen, I realize that I've got some issues around my abilities to communicate when things hit a nerve that I'm starting to understand that that's really what's going on, and my excuses about communication, my excuses about blaming you and all that stuff. I realize I can't do that, and I want you to know, right? I want you to know, guys, that that's where it all starts, man. Right? I mean, it starts right there, and it may not. Don't worry about how the outcome is. Don't try and control it, because when we try and control it, we don't show up authentically. There's always a guard up. I mean, the first time I started doing this, I was like amazed at how I felt. I don't remember how, she received it at first, right? But I know how I felt, how important it was for me to show up and recognize the fact that I had some growing up to do in this space, man. So, hey, you can see I'm in my mobile office. I don't know. I can't see who's commenting, but please, please, please let me know where you're coming from. Please share with me what it is that you hear me saying, right? And I'll get back on my laptop and I'll make sure I get back to your response. But I want you to hear me when I tell you, man, that it's time. They need us to show up at all levels of who we are. And yes, it's going to take some time and take some work to peel off the layers. And yes, there is there is some peace behind all of this stuff. Why you keep think I'm showing up every day talking to you about this? Because I see so many guys that have it going on, man. And I ask them, so how's life? How's life at home? And the conversation changes. Well, what do you mean, Jeff? Well, I mean, how's life at home, man? Are you guys connected? Are you showing up? Is she happy? Not what you buy her, not what you take her, not what you give her, but is she really happy? Does she feel connected to you? Ooh. And listen, it's a process, baby. It takes practice. It's a process, but it's possible. Practice, process, possibilities. Those three P's, right? So please, please, please hear me when I say that I am not judging. Man, when we get the one-on-one conversation, I'll just lay it out to you with the things that you need to know as to why I believe I qualify to be here to talk to you about this stuff. All the mistakes I made, all the pain that I released myself from by taking these steps where I no longer had to worry about showing up any other way than myself. And when I got that figured out, man, my other levels where I thought I was killing it escalated. It got higher, man. You want to know why? Because we had peace. Peace at home, baby. Peace at home brings peace everywhere else in your life. So what are you going to do today? You're going to think about one thing that you probably did something this morning. You probably got something this morning that you could talk about, or yesterday or last month or 2 years ago, something that's still lingering, still kicking. It's time to really kind of get some help in that space. I am not a therapist. That's not who I am here to do. I'm an earned lesson type guy, right? I mean, everything I talk to you about, I've earned it, man. I made all the mistakes, just like you continue to make if you haven't surrendered. So anyway, those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeff Tyson. I'm affectionately known as the Comeback King and host of Conversations with Jeff and Comeback King Enterprises, where we focus on leadership and relationships and understanding, man, that the comebacks, these processes, these struggles we go through are necessary, baby, because we go from that closed off, we go from that wounded, we go from that person that's afraid to expose themselves to be confident and find some peace and become the true leader that we're supposed to be, become the true partner that we're supposed to be, have a complete relationship with ourselves first, right? I mean, and there's some stuff. Some of you got to get some real deep work. I would recommend you getting the therapist and the psychiatrist, whoever you need to get the deep work. And don't be. We've been told a lie about therapy. We've been told a lie about vulnerability. All those things are weak. All those things are unnecessary. I'm gonna tell you that's some bull crap, man. You need to get the help, right? Because it's not going to change. It's not going to go away. The same thing is going to eventually come back up again. And that's why your cycle continues to be that way. Man, I had that cycle. I used to think, man, I thought it was going to be that way all my life. I just figured it out, man. But I was wrong. So anyway, the exercise today, what I encourage you to do is this. What is it that you've been ignoring? What is it that keeps coming up that she asks you about and you go and hide in that safe zone? And you made all the reasons why you're okay to be in that safe zone. And start there. Go to her. Say, hey, you know what? I realize this has been on your mind and I haven't shown up like I need to. And I don't really know how. Learn to say I don't really know how. Because you don't. I didn't. I didn't know how to do this stuff, man. I was embarrassed. I felt weak. I felt all these things that was the noise running in my head, though. That was all that old messaging. That was all the old feelings that I hadn't resolved. Because you got to dig all that crap out and get some resolution to it. So anyway, today, man, if you need the other 4 days, let me know and I'll try and get those to you. If you need something different in your life, do something different. So I believe this, and I'm going to let you go after that. Find that one thing, put it on paper, practice it, get it in the right situation, and make sure that she understands that you are not going to be talking a bunch of bull crap. You really are going to try to begin to do something different. Say you heard this guy named Jeff, and he was talking about vulnerability is key to really getting through to you and connecting, and I've been hiding. Own some of that. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do it now. Because if you don't, the outcome's not going to be the way you want it. I can guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that. Sooner or later, something's going to give, baby. So how you have a great rest of your day. Let me know how it goes. If you need some direction, something I can give you some scripts on, simple stuff to do, I'll be glad to give it to you. But pick something. The hit is pick something to show up with as honest as you can. And recognize. What's up, Donald? Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? And everybody else that's been in and out of here, I want to thank you guys. And Donald, man, thank you for showing up. Tiffany, you as well. And I'm out of here for tonight, right? Tomorrow, day 6 is going to be a wrap up of all the other ones. So I wanted you to hear me today. Yesterday was about being vulnerable, picking something, writing it down, looking at it, doing that mirror moment that we talk about at Comeback King Enterprises. That time where it's just you and you, nobody else. And man, let's get ready. Let's get ready to step into another space, step into something that's going to free you. And I'm going to tell you something. You're worth it, and so is she. And so is she. Whoever you have, it's time to show up. It's time to be vulnerable. It's time to embrace the most difficult thing in your life. Because if you don't do it, nothing's going to change. And sooner or later, we don't want sooner or later. We want to make a change. So, hey, let me know how this goes. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy Saturday to you. And remember this. Let's just be good humans. Whatever that means to you. And Comeback King Enterprises, we want you to know that the comebacks is not only a lifestyle, but it's a process in which you will engage a life-changing experience that will only elevate you in all areas of your life, man. I know it's to be true. Fellas, let's go. Let's stop being that hiding in the closet kind of guy, hiding in behind whatever excuses we are. Do some work where we really need to do the work. And then the rest of that, you'll see, isn't as important as what I'm talking to you about. Anyway, y'all have a good day. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, thanks for showing up, everybody, and pass this message along. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. And remember, you're worth it. She is worth it. It's time to change. Stop hiding. Let's go, baby. Come on. See y'all tomorrow.